In the early 1940s, Adolf Hitler seemed unstoppable. Germany had crushed Poland in weeks. France, one of Europe's strongest military powers, collapsed in just 6 weeks. British forces barely escaped Dunkirk. By 1941, Nazi Germany controlled most of Europe. So the question is inevitable. Backhand index pointing right, how did a regime that conquered half the world end up completely destroyed? Backhand index pointing right, why did Adolf Hitler, once the most feared man on earth, lose World War II? The answer is not simple. Hitler didn't lose because of one mistake. He lost because of many deadly decisions, strategic arrogance, economic failure, military overreach, and his own personality. This video is the complete story of how Hitler lost World War II. From early victories to total collapse. At the start of World War II, Hitler looked like a military genius. Blitzkrieg, Germany's secret weapon. Germany introduced a terrifying new strategy called Blitzkrieg, lightning war. Combined fast-moving tanks, panzers, air support, Luftwaffe, infantry coordination, shock and speed. Enemies didn't have time to react. Poland fell in 35 days. Denmark in 6 hours. Norway in 2 months. France, Europe's military pride, collapsed in 42 days. Hitler became convinced of one dangerous idea. He believed he was unbeatable, and that belief would destroy him. Hitler did not listen to generals. He did not tolerate criticism. He believed destiny was on his side. By 1941, Hitler was no longer a politician relying on experts. He saw himself as a military mastermind chosen by fate. Experienced generals warned him repeatedly. Germany lacked oil. Germany lacked manpower. Germany could not fight multiple superpowers at once. Hitler ignored them all. This arrogance led to catastrophic decisions. After defeating France, Hitler turned to Britain. Why Britain mattered? Britain was a naval superpower, a base for future Allied attacks. The last major enemy in Western Europe. Hitler planned Operation Sea Lion, an invasion of Britain. But first, Germany needed air superiority. Germany bombed British airfields, radar stations, and aircraft factories. At first, Britain was losing badly. Then Hitler made a critical mistake. The fatal change in strategy. Instead of continuing attacks on RAF airfields, Hitler ordered bombing of London and civilian cities, the Blitz. This gave the RAF time to recover. Britain survived. Germany failed to invade Britain. This was Hitler's first major defeat, and it had massive consequences. Point 1 of the golden rules of warfare is simple. Never fight a war on multiple fronts unless absolutely necessary. Hitler broke this rule spectacularly. By 1941, Germany was already fighting Britain in the West, resistance movements across occupied Europe, naval war in the Atlantic. Then Hitler made the most disastrous decision of his life. On June 22, 1941, Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union. It was the largest military invasion in human history. Why Hitler invaded? He wanted Soviet oil and grain. He hated communism. He believed Slavs were inferior. He thought the USSR would collapse in weeks. Once again, early success fooled him. Initial victory. German forces advanced hundreds of kilometers. Millions of Soviet soldiers were captured. Entire armies were destroyed. Hitler believed victory was guaranteed. He was wrong. Hitler made 3 fatal miscalculations. 1. Soviet manpower. Germany underestimated Soviet population size. The USSR could replace losses endlessly. Germany could not. 2. Soviet industry. Soviet factories were moved east beyond German reach. While German bombs destroyed cities, Soviet tanks rolled out nonstop. 3. Soviet winter. German soldiers were unprepared for winter. No winter clothing. No antifreeze. No proper supply lines. When winter hit, temperatures dropped to -40 degrees Celsius. German weapons froze. Engines failed. Soldiers froze to death. The Blitzkrieg stopped. In 1942, Hitler focused on the city of Stalingrad. Why? Symbolic value, named after Stalin. Oil routes nearby. Hitler's obsession with prestige. Prestige. German generals advised retreat. Hitler refused. Encirclement. Soviet forces surrounded the German Sixth Army. Over 300,000 German troops were trapped. Hitler ordered them to fight to the last man. No retreat. No surrender. The result: 90,000 Germans captured. Only 5,000 returned home years later. Entire army destroyed. After Stalingrad, Germany never recovered. As the war worsened, Hitler took personal control. He overruled experienced commanders, gave unrealistic orders, refused strategic retreats, fired generals who disagreed. The German army lost flexibility. While Allied commanders adapted, Hitler clung to fantasy. This rigid leadership accelerated defeat. Until 1941, Germany faced Britain and the USSR. Then Hitler made another shocking mistake, declaring war on the USA. After Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, Hitler declared war on the United States, even though he wasn't required to. This brought American industry, American manpower, American technology into the war against Germany. It was suicide. Germany was technologically advanced, but industry wins wars. Production comparison. USA produced more planes than Germany could destroy. Allied tanks outnumbered German tanks massively. Germany faced oil shortages. Allied supply lines were endless. By 1944, Allies had air superiority. Germany had fuel shortages. Factories were bombed daily. Germany simply couldn't keep up, but on June 6, 1944, Allied forces landed in Normandy. Why D-Day mattered. Opened a Western front. Forced Germany to fight on two fronts again. Accelerated collapse. Hitler delayed counterattacks, believing the landing was a trick. By the time he reacted, it was too late. Allied forces flooded into France. Paris was liberated. Germany began collapsing from the west and east simultaneously. By 1945, Germany was finished. But Hitler refused reality. He believed secret weapons would save Germany. Loyalty would replace strategy. Sacrifice would change outcomes. Cities were destroyed. Millions were dead. Still, Hitler ordered children and old men to fight. Germany was burning. In April 1945, Soviet forces entered Berlin. Hitler hid in his bunker. His empire was gone. On April 30, 1945, Adolf Hitler committed suicide. Nazi Germany surrendered days later. World War II in Europe was over. Hitler lost World War II because of arrogance and overconfidence, fighting too many enemies at once, invading the Soviet Union, ignoring generals, economic and industrial inferiority, underestimating enemies, ideology over strategy, refusal to retreat, declaring war on the USA, losing air and naval superiority. In the end, Hitler was not defeated by destiny. He was defeated by his own decisions. History teaches us one powerful lesson. No matter how strong you appear, arrogance can destroy empires. If you found this breakdown informative, like the video, thumbs up. Subscribe for more deep history documentaries. Comment below, which mistake do you think doomed Hitler the most? Thank you for watching.